I'm not substituting, I'm adding 2 words. It
No,
doesn't,
how are you adding them here? You're saying from 3
I
to
just
2?
read Robert's rules back and front after that meeting, and I can tell you the exact definition is.
Motion is a 3-year motion.
And the amendment motion is a
Doesn't-
2-year motion.
I mean, it says you can
But-
vote how you
but-
want.
Well, it's been amended from 3 to 2.
It doesn't say 3 in the
They
motion.
vote on the,
And if it passes, what do we do with the original one?
when you vote on the motion as amended.
Right, this is a regular
Okay, all right. Okay, yes.
Is there any downside with going from 3 to 2? What do I mean? Are they going to have continuity in implementing? How far out are they working on projects?
All it means is that we're gonna go to an RFP process a year earlier, which, I mean, we don't know what kind of proposals we'll get back. So there's the potential that we may change IT services a year later and the cost may look different due to that RFP process. Could be better, could be worse, could be the same.
Right.
Who knows, right? That's all it means. That's why I think from a staff perspective, we're okay that if you want to do 2 versus 3 years, I mean, we can make that happen.
So are you pleased with their, are they responding promptly and they're confident?
Yeah, so far we've been very happy with their services.
I mean, this is a good rate, $105 is a good rate.
It's one of the best ones that they provide.
IT services.
Other partner, I've seen other contracts that are like 130 that they provide other clients in that, so, yeah.
I'm purely, thank you, President Johnson. So I'm very curious about this. I'll address you, Tyler. How frequently do you receive cold calls and other information from IT firms looking to have a contract with the village? And is that something that?
Oh, I probably get 4 or 5 calls a year,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, and my consistent message to them right now, I mean, as I think you would all know, especially with the purchasing policy that's been adopted is, you know, at this time, you know, we're utilizing our IT services, but when we go out for an RFP process, that would be their opportunity to reach out and you know, offer a proposal, because that's when we want to do that. But, you know, at this time, we want to make sure that not only we have an additional time to you know, maintain this new relationship with DigiCorp, but also allow, with a lot of newer staff, allow us additional time to do that before we go out with the RFP process. So I think 2 is a very happy medium to allow us to do that.
And I didn't write in the amended motion, I just want to make that anything about the subcontractors, but can that be just a staff adjustment to, I did get the email follow-up, thank you, on, I think we all did, that, you know, they probably aren't going to use subcontractors, but is there a way to just make an adjustment to that language that, or, I feel pretty confident they're not going to just take this contract and subcontract it out and someone's going to have a conflict of interest, so maybe we just take that as a recommendation that I'm asking for future contracts, that subcontractors are identified, especially as we go through our RFP process for some of our larger contracts.
Does the village have to approve subcontract? Isn't that in here? Or just notified?
I know
Only
we have
if
to
it's part of the
approve it.
contract.
It's just we've already voted on it, and the approval will come from, a subcontract will come from the administration, and we then don't know if we have conflicts of interest, so.
So what you're saying is you'd be willing to look at this for future?
Yeah, that's fine.
With IT services, you may not be able to identify when you need a contract, all your subcontractors, because you may be contracting with a help desk in India or some other contractor they contract with that specializes in a specific problem, and you're having with your software.
Well, we do, in the way the contract's written currently, we have to approve it.
Yeah,
Or accept one.
Was it?
Yeah, 60 days. They've got to give 60 days notice if they're going to assign any duties to a subcontractor. They give 60 days notice, and we have to, it's subject to the village's written acceptance.
The other thing I didn't mention, and just, DigiCorp has helped us do email searches. So we had never done a search term on our email system, and it was just for an open records request. I think it would be beneficial, just passing along, as we're talking about their contract, if they could formally write down the steps of how that process is, so if we ever, so that's the result of, we pay them for their time, they set up a process for us, and somehow we need to record, we need to formalize that, or just put it in writing so that it can get passed along, and we're not reinventing the wheel, especially with technology. I don't know if we've done that, Tyler. Like who then, I know Attorney Bear worked with them, and then how does that, okay, now we learned a new thing, we spent a lot of money learning it, and then how do we pass that process down and make it, so we don't have to repeat that and hire them again to do that search, to do a search. Does that make sense? Like, and for any process.
Well, what are you talking about here? Which open records?
For the open records request, it was for the one that Attorney Bear last year participated in.
Well, the one that you guys did, okay,
Yes.
all right.
So I'm just saying that it was a new process, because we didn't ever get asked to search our email system with search terms.
No, that's
think
not
that's
the
pretty
first time that's happened.
Yeah, that's not the first time.
No, it was just the first time we had trustees do it.
No, actually, Tyler, if you want to comment on it, we actually, or Attorney Bear, we had to pay DigiCorp to show us how to do it. Is that not correct?
Well, the issue was that the scope of the request was such that we needed to search a database of emails over a very significant period of time. And so we worked with DigiCorp to come up with keyword searches that would search the available database so that we would find hits on the topic areas that were requested. And so it depends, I mean, the manner in which we respond to an open records request depends on the scope of the request and specifically what's being requested. Sometimes there's a simple search term, if you're only looking for one particular item or one person, and that's easier. But if there's, it just depends. I mean, it's very unique. Each request is unique, and this particular one encompassed developing a search protocol so that we could kind of sift all that information and find what we're looking for.
Are you saying that what you would like is a procedure in the,
No.
in the purchase?
I'm
Document?
not, again, I'm being flexible here. I'm just making
Okay.
a suggestion based on the past. That if,
I think we're off topic.
all I'm asking is, we learned something. Okay, we paid money, we paid $2,000 to DigiCorp to help us and assist us because we couldn't do it on our own, do a search in our email system under search words. And if we needed to pay $2,000 to do that, I'm asking that you maybe would document it, doesn't have to be anything formal, and then the next time that happens, we can do it on our own and not have to pay the $2,000. That's all I'm asking.
And what I'm hearing from the attorney is
You can't document.
it's dependent on what the actual questions are, what we're looking for.
It depends how deep we need to dig into the database.
But at least you have an understanding now how the process works.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but how does this pertain to the subject at hand that we're being asked to vote on? And if we're talking about items for future consideration, can you please do that at the appropriate time?
Because I
I
could,
respect that.
because I was gonna put it in my amendment, and instead I'm being flexible, and I'm just mentioning.
Put it in the amendment then. I mean, why not?
I'd rather be flexible.
Can I just make a point that in the paragraph under overview, it said that we reviewed a relationship at the end of 2015. So it's the end of 2017 now, so that's 2 years. So 3 years gets us only 5 years. So I just wanted to point that out.
We just never RFP the project. We've never RFP.
Right, so we're still, even if we go 3 years, we're still within the purchasing policy. I just wanted to point that out. But I do agree with you that 4 years is better because I think we are opening things up, and part of our values of including, being inclusive, and giving people opportunity to do business and participate in Shorewood government, that we should try to start RFPing out our service contracts. So, but I did just want to point out that even at 3 years, we're still within the policy.
I was looking in the contract, does it say
length of time.
Yes.
So how would we go about, if it says 3 years in the contract?
3 years from the original effective date.
Okay.
Well, the other thing to keep in mind is you can't unilaterally amend the contract, because essentially you got to take it back to digital and say, do you want to do this at 2 years? And they might say, well, we quoted you a price, we quoted you an hourly rate based on the knowledge of having it for a certain period of time. Now, since we're willing to trade some cost for length to have that assurance, if it's 2 years instead of 3, we're back to the drawing board. So
Except that Tyler can he comment, please?
I can say with some pretty good confidence, they would still give us that rate for at 2 years.
Well, then if we do go with this, I would offer maybe another amendment to this, contingent on the agreed upon rate set for.
well, I mean, it's a moot point, because what you're really doing is saying, we're proposing that we go back to DigiCorp and request that they enter into the contract at the same terms and conditions with a length of 2 instead of 3 years. They don't have to execute it.
No,
If you
and if
approve
they
it at
don't,
2
we could
years.
approve the 3 year. Can we do that?
Well, they might withdraw.
Just
We have high confidence that they will accept this at 2 year at the current rate. So
bring it back to a
recommendation will be
future
moved
meeting.
forward.
That's what we do.
All right. Thank you for answering my question.
Okay, we have a motion, we have an amended motion to look at it as 2 years rather than 3 years. Let's take the amended motion first. All in favor of the amended motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. And then,
Now you put it
Or you withdraw.
They're separate.
now you have to
No,
technically
the
vote
motion is
on what the
amended, so
motion
now the
is.
motion is for 2 years.
Oh,
Correct.
The motion
That's
is
the same
amended.
motion.
We approve the amendment.
so do we say nay on this one because we've got,
Now it's amended to 2 years. Now it's
Okay.
a-
all right, now that it's amended to 2 years, all in favor of the original motion?
Wait, so what is the motion we're voting? What is,
same thing we just voted on.
Same
but
thing.
for 2 years?
2 years.
Now you vote on it as amended.
Thank you.
All in favor of the original motion as amended to 2 years, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. That takes us to item E, consider approval of Shorewood day service agreement. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Pulled from the agenda, for some of the same reasons. I'm fine with, this contract has been RFP'd, and it is perfectly fine and within policy to extend it for this year, and it looks like staff is recommending that next year we'll actually be ready to go out to RFP again for services for Shorewood today. So not have any issues with that. The only thing I wanted to know was, in here, it talks about staff. And I know, and there's nothing really about, there's no clause on subcontractors, so I just wanted to be clear that the editor, could you help me, Michelle? There's like a few people that work on Shorewood today, and are they subcontractors?
Yes, they're all subcontractors, the same subcontractors that we've had. So we have an editor, a photographer, a proofreader, designer, and then the ad sales. So they're all subcontractors, and my company is certified disadvantaged business enterprise with Milwaukee County.
Awesome, thank you. And so I'm not going to make an amendment to change that today, but in the future, if there are existing subcontractors, when we get presented with a contract, would you please include the contracts with the proposed contracts with the subcontractors, or at least identify who they are? We kind of know, but we'll just make that maybe a stand and just start getting into practice to do that in case we have conflict of interest. And then the other question I had talks about the surplus in the future, and it mentioned, so if for any reason in the Shorewood Today budget, more revenue is raised or less expenditures are made, and you have a surplus at the end of the year, we've talked about this before during budget season, and I would like it reflected in here somewhere, but I do believe that it's important, that's the entities that are contributing to Shorewood Today through taxpayer funding, If there's a surplus, I personally would like it returned at the end of the year to the taxing jurisdictions, to the organizations that contributed, because it is tax money that's not being used. So, we talked about that a little bit when we closed the marketing fund this year. I don't know if it needs to go in this contract, but I did want to mention that because it is addressed. And I'd like to hear what others maybe think of that, so we don't have to rehash it next time.
Where is that in the contract? Where is that discussed? Is it in the cover memo or?
I'll find it, hold on one second, I'm sorry.
It's not in the contract. We asked, we've always had a surplus of income versus our expense, and so it's always gone back into the general fund. We've asked if it could be reinvested into the magazine, because about 75% of the funding is from advertising. But it's always been folded back into the general fund.
Okay, yeah, it's in the 2018 scope of services that's attached under 2018 recommendation. So it's in the scope of services that we're approving.